Hello, everyone. My name is Kevin from Center of Balance. I am a acupuncturist, and we are a group of acupuncturists and herbalists based in Dinsdale, Hamilton. Excuse me there. Just shook up the computer a bit. Okay. So I'm doing another live topic today, and this time the topic is on insomnia. So I'm not sure if you have experienced insomnia in your life in the past, but certainly that I have, and I don't usually get insomnia. I can sleep quite soundly throughout the night most of the time. So if even I had insomnia, then I would suspect that most people also have this trouble, even at at just at some stage in their lives, they should have experienced this. So we should all be on the same page, so we all know what insomnia feels like and what it's all about. So just 1 second, I'm just going to bring up the notes I prepared. Okay, so talking about insomnia. Insomnia is a fairly common symptom that plagues modern people, which refers to the fact that it is not easy to fall asleep, or that it is impossible to sleep again after waking up halfway through your sleep at night, or really difficult to sleep deeply, resulting in the feeling of not resting, not feeling rested after waking up. So according to Western medicine data reports, nearly 50 to 70 million Americans have experienced sleep disorders. There are many causes of insomnia, such as stress, work, can relate to work feeling, relationships, major events in their life, etc. Anxious thoughts, environmental factors such as light, noise, changes in the sleeping environment, for example, or caused by disease, too much caffeine in food before going to bed, eating too much at night, bad sleeping or poor sleeping habits, or the pillow might be too high, or the weather is too cold or too hot, or it can be a drug side effects, or if you are doing shift work, doing night shifts, that can also affect you. Woman's menstrual period and hormonal changes can also affect your sleeping pattern, and so on. And there are far too many reasons of why insomnia occurs. So at the start of this live stream, I will talk about the Western medicine's perspective on the topic insomnia. And later on, I will talk about the Chinese medicine's perspective on this topic. So according to Western medicine, insomnia can be short-term or long-term, and it's generally accompanied by other symptoms, such as tiredness during the day, irritability, depression, or anxiety, inattention, inability to concentrate at work, poor memory, headaches, gastrointestinal discomfort, and gradually, when it's time to sleep, you begin to worry, you can't sleep. So long-term insomnia will cause more diseases such as depression, anxiety, hearing impairment, tinnitus, deafness, obesity, memory loss, skin disorders such as dry skin, acne, dark spots, gastrointestinal disorders, decreased immunity, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, various cancers. It can be said that it is a source of many illnesses. So many diseases can in turn cause insomnia as well, such as depression, anxiety disorder, rhinitis, fibromyalgia, arthritis, headaches, stomach pain, angina, diabetes, nocturia. Recent discoveries have found that sleeping may be related to melatonin. So it's a type of chemical that our body produces to help us get into the sleeping mode, make us sleepy. Because when it is close to falling asleep, the brain begins to secrete melatonin, and it peaks in the middle of the night and begins to gradually decline in concentration before waking up in the morning. Okay? So because modern people are constantly exposed to under the environment of lights, mobile phones, and computers, this results in melatonin secretion disorders in the body and the irregularity of the physiological clock, which should be the main cause of insomnia in people in the modern ages. So the modern medicine for the treatment of insomnia mainly uses benzodiazepine. It's a sleeping drug. So it has the effect of being a sedative drug. In addition, it also can be used as an anti-anxiety and muscle relaxant and antispasmodic medicine. In addition, there are also drugs such as non-benzodiazepines, melatonin, antidepressants, antihistamines, and relaxants. Insomnia has plagued a certain percentage of people for a long time, and some people do not want to rely on sleeping pills for the rest of your life. So therefore, it is really useful to understand insomnia from the Chinese medicine's perspective, and hopefully it will give you a refreshing new way of looking at insomnia and help you get better sleep. So let's take a look at the Chinese medicine's perspective on sleeping disorder or insomnia. So sleeping disorder is definitely a symptom that plagues the Chinese people for thousands of years, because there are actually many records and depictions on the topic of insomnia in the traditional Chinese medicine's classics. So back in the days, when people did not have electricity and lights, and the lights were generally dimmed after 7 p.m., so they generally fall asleep at around 9 to 11 p.m. and gets up at around 4 a.m. in the morning. So if they cannot fall asleep between the time I mentioned, like between 9 and 4, this is called insomnia. This is the definition of insomnia. So modern scientists have found that after 9 p.m., the pineal gland or the pineal gland in the brain begins to secrete melatonin that promotes sleeping, which can fully explain the sleeping time of the people in the ancient days. However, modern days, the people generally fall asleep after 12 o'clock. So insomnia usually occurs between 1 and 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so it's almost around the time when the ancient people get up. So this alone is already the cause of insomnia in the modern days people. So the best way to improve insomnia is to directly adjust the physiological clock or assist in the use of melatonin. If you can do it, no matter how weird or incurable your insomnia is, it will completely disappear. This is indeed a modern day disease, and there's no need to continue to listen to me if you are prepared to do this. Sleep on time, sleep early. Okay. if your sleep time is normal, but you still have insomnia, you can, then you listen to me and you can take some notes from the Chinese medicine's perspective. And we have broken down the reasons of insomnia into several syndromes. Okay? And that's combined with the meridian phenomenon. So in some of the Chinese medicine's classics, they mention that the symptoms of sleeplessness may be the sequela of cold. So it's a side effect or maybe an after effect of catching a cold. Okay. So yin and yang. Okay. Yin is in Chinese medicine we define that as something that is hidden, or yang, and also yang is something that is maybe not hidden. So yin is more substantial, something that is of substance. Okay, something maybe you can hold, you can feel. Okay, it has substance, has weight. Yang is more light, like energy. Okay, so yin and yang are opposites of each other, and yin and yang is the foundation of this whole world, the existence of us, the up and down, the left and right, the front and back, the inside and outside. Okay, so yin and yang is the most fundamental theory in Chinese medicine as well, and it can be said that the whole set of Chinese medicine is constructed by this theory. Okay, so during the daytime, it's yang. Okay, things are bright, you can see. At night, it is yin. Okay, it's dark, you can't see, and it's cold. Yang is heat, warmth. Yin is cold, the absence of warmth. And when yin and yang qi exchanges unobstructed, one can sleep peacefully. This is according to the ancient classics. As soon as the yang qi enters the yin meridian, okay, so we have yang meridian on the outside and yin meridian on the inside of your body. Okay, so this is the inside and the back is yang side. Okay, and we have inside of the leg, and so this is the inside of the leg and this is the yang side of the leg. Okay. So the moment the yang qi, the yang qi leaves the yang qi enters the yin meridian, then people will start to want to sleep. So, which means during the day, the yang qi is on the outside of the body more. Okay, so on the back side of the body more. Okay, but at night it tries to enter the inside of the meridian. Okay, on the inside, on the inside, on the inside. So during the day, we are more expressive, we are active. But at night, our bodies start to tire. We want to sleep. We want to wear more clothes. So it goes to the inside. Okay. So the moment the yang qi leaves the yin meridian, people will wake up. So when it's not in the yin meridian inside, okay, it goes to the yang side. And if the yin and yang in the body are not coordinated, yang does not enter the yin, or yin does not enter the yang, and that's the main cause of insomnia in modern day people, and that's according to Chinese medicine theory. So one main reason is that the yang does not enter the yin. So at night, when the yang needs to go into the yin meridian, it does not actually go in. So that's the cause of insomnia. Because the yin qi is exuberant, okay, and the yang qi is insufficient. And so therefore the yang cannot enter the yin effectively. And naturally forms sleeping disorders. Another reason is in the modern generation that many people actually often eat and drink cold food and drinks, which in turn causes yang deficiency. We call this spleen and stomach deficiency cold symptom, which is simple to take. To treat this type of symptom, it's very simple. You just need to warm yourself up. So you can do this by taking warm Chinese medicine, or decoctions, or using warm physical therapy, like for example, infrared lamps, or using wheat bags, and warming the abdomen, and the spleen and stomach will start to improve. Another reason is also common, and that is people who like to stay up, at night and not sleep when you feel tired or sleepy. This often causes yin deficiency and fire to flare up. Okay, so when your yin is not enough, it cannot balance the yang, and yang start to flare up. Okay. So the quick way to fix this is to completely relax the body and mind. When a person can relax, these meridians will begin to loosen, and the vast majority of people will begin to feel that they want to sleep all day, and this will make the insomnia disappear. One other cause of insomnia is disharmony of liver and stomach. So the liver and gallbladder are when the liver and gallbladder are depressed, it tends to generate fire. Okay, so the typical symptoms includes you're easily angered, impatience, dream-filled sleep, the body feels feverish, often thirsty, bitterness in the mouth, stomach acid reflux, rib pain, dizziness, tinnitus, bloating, chest tightness, chest pain, easily hungered, flatulence, indigestion, body aching. So if your liver becomes depressed and not able to function properly, so which means the energy in the liver meridian becomes stagnated and generates heat and expresses as anger and irritability. So when the liver has fire, it can also flare up and affect the functioning of the stomach. So hence the stomach feels bloated, easy to get hungry, become gassy, and have indigestion issues. Okay. So one other type of insomnia is caused by excessive thinking. So the Chinese medicine often says excessive thinking hurts the spleen and resulting in spleen qi deficiency. So traditional Chinese medicine believes that when a person's spleen qi is weak, the source of qi and blood is insufficient. The blood does not nourish the heart, and when the heart blood is insufficient, one becomes easily unsettled, and the so-called heart and spleen, and this is the so-called heart and spleen qi deficiency. So the common symptoms are insomnia, dream-filled sleep, and easily gets woken up, pale face, tiredness, shortness of breath, palpitation, forgetfulness, poor appetite, loose stool, thin tongue, and thin and weak pulse. Okay. So many Chinese medicine classics says that there are many correlations between insomnia and the heart system, meaning the heart itself, the pericardium, the heart meridian, the pericardium meridians. Okay, so when a person has heart fire, okay, means energy is unsettled, flaring up. The mind is not guarded. Okay, so because the shen or the mind, actually in Chinese medicine, according to Chinese medicine, it resides in the heart. Okay, so therefore, if it's not guarded, it's not controlled, it's not guarded, it's easy to have insomnia and dreams, and heat in the chest, palpitation, and other symptoms are like red face and bitter mouth, dry thirst, sores on the mouth and tongues, red tongue tips, and strong pulse. Because the heart fire will transfer heat to the small intestine, the urine is also short and red, and the pain is and there's pain associated with urination as well sometimes. This is often because of the lack of kidney water in the body, and the kidney yin cannot help the heart. Okay, so the heart fire in the upper cannot descend down to warm the kidney. The heart and kidney water and fire cannot help each other, so it's also called the heart and kidney disharmony. So the heart and kidney has a very intricate relationship. The heart fire has to somewhat descend down to the kidney to warm up the kidney water. And the kidney will in turn provide nourishment to the heart. So this is the Chinese philosophy, and balances the heart fire. Okay, so if one is not working, the others won't work properly either. So this is why sometimes people have insomnia, not because the heart fire itself, but because the kidney is weak, cannot nourish the heart and bring the heart fire down. Okay, and balance. So I will give you some tips on how you can improve your sleeping problems. So the first meridian or first acupoint I'll teach you is on the heart meridian. Okay, so heart meridian is actually, you can see 3 lines on the inner side, on the inside of the hand or the wrist. So 3 lines. So it's on the inner side, close to the pinky of your wrist. Okay. So this is your wrist, and you can feel a tendon here. So it's on the inner side of the tendon, right on the wrist line. Okay, wrist crease. So this point we called 神门. So if you have problem with sleeping and you suspect it has got to do with the heart or the kidney, you can massage this point for about 30 seconds to a minute, and it will help you calm your mind or shen and help you sleep. Okay. Another point is called 劳宫, okay, which is located sort of in between the second and third, the middle finger and the ring finger, in here, sort of in the center of the palm. This point, 劳宫, okay, it's actually on the pericardium line. Okay, pericardium. This is pericardium line. Okay, so pericardium start from this finger. Hold on, just let me check. Wait a second. Sorry, pericardium. I made a mistake. Pericardium starts at the tip of your finger, and it travels down. So this is from the middle finger to here, and this is 劳宫穴 on the pericardium line, and It runs to the middle of the wrist and all the way to the chest as well. Okay? So this, by massaging this point in between the middle finger and index finger, you can also expect some result in helping you sleep at night. And I'll give you another tip for kidney. Okay, so you have a meridian point on the kidney meridian. The kidney meridian actually is situated. It starts from the bottom of the sole, see, and travels up on the inner side of the foot. Yeah. And there's a point. It's right at the back of the inner, the medial, what do you call it? Ankle bone. So in between the Achilles tendons and the inner ankle bone. So there's a depression there. Okay, so the tip of the ankle bone and the Achilles tendon, there's a depression there. So you press that point for about 30 seconds to a minute, and that can also help improve the functioning of your kidney meridian, which can help with the heart and kidney function. All right, and give you one more tip. So for general insomnias, just to, if you have some insomnia problem, you can massage. There's a point called 合谷 on the large intestine meridian on your hand, right next to, in this open space here, where the muscle is. It's actually right beside the metacarpal bone, the first, would be the second metacarpal bone. Okay, just right next to the bone here, sort of in the middle of the metacarpal bone, and you can just press there for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then that can also help you alleviate your insomnia. And there's another point on the liver meridian on your foot between the big toe and your second toe, and in between the metatarsal bone. So the metatarsal bones are actually on the arch of your foot. In between the two bones, there is a gap, and you just trace all the way up to just before the metatarsal bones start to merge together, start to close. And there should be a pain point there. Okay? And that is called Tai Chong point. And you can massage using the same method, 30 seconds to a minute. And usually the 合谷 point and the Tai Chong point are used in conjunction. They're used together to improve the general overall body circulation of blood and qi. Okay, so if you have trouble sleeping, it might be because there's a stagnation of qi and blood in the body. So that can help. Okay. One last point I'll give you. It's called Bai Hui. Bai Hui is actually situated on the top of the head. So there are two exits. One is from the tip of your ear. Okay, from tip of your ear, you trace all the way up. And then from the tip of your nose, you trace all the way up, where this line and this line intersects. And that is the Bai Hui point. And you should feel there's a slight depression just there, okay? Okay, so you can also massage that point for 30 seconds to a minute and see if that will help you sleeping, okay? And generally speaking, these points are all quite effective in helping you sleep from clinical observations. So thank you very much for listening to me. And if you have any questions in the future, please don't hesitate to give us a call. Our number is 07846 7956, and we are Central Balance based in Dinsdale, Hamilton. We will be more than happy to help you. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.